Higgsfield is one of the most powerful AI tools someone can learn. Mastering that alone is going to make you amongst the best AI creators out there. In this video, I'm going to give you a complete beginner's guide and help you master Higgsfield in under 20 minutes. But we're not just doing a boring feature walkthrough. We're going to create an AI influencer named Mila, launch her skincare brand called Aura, shoot a product campaign, animate it, and make it look like a real brand video. All inside Higgsfield. And I guarantee that after watching this video, you will have mastered 95% of Higgsfield. That's not an exaggeration. By the time we're done, you're going to know how to use pretty much everything this platform has to offer. If you want to follow along, the Higgsfield link is in the description below. Go sign up and have it open while you watch this, because you're going to want to try everything as we go. Let's get started. So let's head over to Higgsfield. When you first open it, you'll notice there are a bunch of options across the top, and I'm going to walk you through all of these. So when you click on image, you'll see a ton of image generation and editing options. Video gives you a whole range of video tools, and audio is where you can create voiceovers and translations right inside Higgsfield. Then you've got the character option, which is where you create your soul ID. Then there's mood board, which gives you all these different aesthetic styles to choose from. And then Cinema Studio, which is a newer feature that basically helps you create Hollywood style cinematic videos. Okay, so let's start with the most important one first, the soul ID. So basically your soul ID is your personal AI character. You're going to upload around 20 or more photos of yourself, and the AI trains on your face. After that, anytime you want to generate an image or video with yourself in it, you just select your character. No uploading photos every single time. It's all locked in. Let me show you how it works. First, choose your character. I'm going to use this one. Now, if you don't have any character, Higgsfield has you covered for that too. Go to character and you'll see another option called AI influencer. This is where you can build your own AI character from scratch, and look at all the customization options on the right side. So let me show you how this works. First, I'll select the character type as human, then female. Eye color, I'm going to choose amber. And for skin conditions, I'll add a little pigmentation and some freckles. Then human eyes, small mouth, human ears, human skin, and that's the face done. Now, if you click body, you can choose your body type as well. For the right arm, I'm just going to leave it on none and see how it comes out. Then under style, I'll go with long hair, add a piercing, and for the overall style, I'm going to choose hyper realistic. You can also go with anime, cartoon, or illustration. Now just hit generate influencer, and there she is, a completely new AI character. Okay, now let's come back to creating your soul ID. For that, go to the character option and select soul ID character. Then click on create character. It's going to ask you to upload 20 plus photos of your character, and these need to be clear photos of your face from multiple different angles. Now, don't stress about this part. You'll get all the prompts you need to generate different angles and expressions in the link in the description below. So using those prompts, I generated 27 images of her from different angles, and then uploaded all of them right here. You can see all the photos loading in. On the side, you'll see a field where you can type in your character name. I'm going to name mine Mila. Once all your photos are uploaded, just click create. Give it a few minutes and your character is ready. Now let me show you how useful this actually is. Go to image and select Cinema Studio Image 2.0. This is Higgsfield's very own model, and this is the one you want to use when working with your soul ID. If you look at the bottom panel, you can see everything laid out for you. First, you choose your image generator, which is Soul 2.0. Then the aspect ratio, which is 16:9, 2K resolution, and how many images you want to generate at once. I'm going to choose 2. Select the character option and click Mila. Now there's one more option here called a mood board. When you click on it, you'll see it gives you all these different styles and tones to choose from. You've got things like swag era, theatrical light, street photography, nature light, and a whole lot more. So basically, whatever vibe or aesthetic you want your image to have, you can just pick it from here. If you didn't like any of these presets, you can actually build your own mood board. Just like how we created the Soul ID, you can upload around 20 or more style references, and the AI will create a custom mood board for you. But for now, I'm going to go with this horror preset. You don't even have to write any prompt. Just hit generate and look at that image. But let's say you do want to write a prompt. I'll type something like a woman standing in a moonlit pond. I'll switch the mood board to siren, keep everything else the same, and hit generate. And here's what we get. Completely different aesthetic, but the character stays consistent. As you noticed, there is another option here called color transfer. So basically, it takes any color palette you want and applies it to your image. Let me show you how this works. I'm going to keep all my settings the same as before. Same prompt, same resolution, everything. The woman standing in a whimsical pond. Then click color transfer. Now, I need to choose a color palette. So I'll click upload and create, select this image that has a coral and navy color combo, and save it. You can see it's now loaded right here. Now hit generate and look at that. See how it has completely taken on that coral navy tone. Let me try another one. I'm going to pick this pink shade this time, select it and hit hit generate. And there you go. So basically, whatever color palette you have in mind, you can just drop it in. And here's a tip when you're using color transfer. If you're writing a prompt, do not mention any colors. No color palettes, and don't prompt anything like warm lighting or cool tones. Only write your subject, lighting, and composition. Otherwise, you won't get your desired result. Now let me show you another feature. Go back to image and select photo dump. You'll see two options, one for females and one for males. Since I'm using a female character, I'll go ahead and pick the cool girl dump. Then I'll select my character Mila and just hit generate. And look at all these images. Different styles, poses, tones, but the character consistency is completely maintained throughout all of them. Now let's create a UGC style video of Mila. And for that, we need a product. I'm going to create a fictional moisturizer called Aura. So first, let's create the product image. Go to image and select Nano Banana 2 as your model. Then paste in your prompt, keep all the other settings the same, and hit generate. And look at this, a classy pink moisturizer called Aura. Now the next step is to create an image of Mila actually holding this product, so we can then turn it into a video. For that, go to image and select Cinema Studio Image 2.0. You are going to upload two things here. First, your influencer image, which is Mila. And second, your product image, which is the Aura moisturizer. Then paste in your prompt. Now let's set up the settings. Keep the model as Cinema 2.0, aspect ratio 16:9, and resolution at 4K. Now here's a feature called Grid. Basically, Grid lets you generate multiple images at the same time in a grid format. If you want just one image, you can set it to 1x1. I'm gonna set it to 2x2 just to show you. Then this is called Elements, where you can tag specific characters, locations, or props, and they'll automatically appear in your image. You can then choose your camera type, lens, focal length, and aperture. For this one, I'm going to select a modular 8K digital, set the lens to extreme macro, focal length to 8, and aperture to 1.4. Now hit generate, and we got 4 different variations of Mila holding the Aura moisturizer. You can click on any one of them and download it individually. I generated this image as a 1x1 grid, and when you select it below, you can see color grading, where you can choose from different styles, like cinematic, soft skin, split tone, and more. For now, I'm just gonna keep it on none. And you can also upscale your image, enhance it, and do all kinds of finishing touches right here. Now I wanna show you something really cool, where you can generate multiple different possibilities and shot variations. Let me show you how. Go to Apps, then select Professional. And in there, you'll see an option called What's Next. Click on that. Now upload the image of Mila that we created and hit generate. And look at this. It just gave us 9 different variations of that same scene. Different shots, different angles, different compositions, all from that one single image. So now you have a whole bunch of options to choose from when building out your UGC video. Now let's animate Mila. Go to the video option and select Kling 3.0 as your model. This is honestly one of my favorite video models for talking heads. Upload the image of Mila holding the Aura moisturizer, then paste in your prompt. Now for the duration, I'm going to set it to 11 seconds. I know you might be tempted to go longer, but for a talking video, do not go over 12 seconds in Kling. If you push it too long, the lip sync starts to fall apart and it just looks off. So keep it between 10 to 12 seconds max for any video where your character is speaking. Okay, so aspect ratio 16:9, resolution 720p, and that's more than enough. Then hit generate. Let's watch the result.
Okay, I just brought this moisturizer with me to Italy this summer. It's so lightweight, my skin stays hydrated, and it gives the prettiest pink glow.
I mean, it looks pretty decent. I'm really happy with how this turned out. Now let's create some cinematic shots for the Aura moisturizer, something like a product photo shoot. So first we need to create the product photo shoot images. Go to image and select Cinema Studio Image 2.0. Upload your product image, paste in your prompt, keep the model as Cinema 2.0, batch size 2, aspect ratio 16:9, resolution 2K, grid 1x1, and hit generate. And there's our cinematic product shot. Now I'm gonna create 3 to 5 different variations of this. Now here's another really useful feature to get different unique shots from just one single image. Go to Apps, select Professional, and then choose Shots. Upload your product image and hit generate. And just like that, you get 9 different cinematic shot variations of that same image. No prompts needed. Perfect for when you need multiple angles of an image without having to prompt each time. Now we are going to animate these images using Higgsfield's newest feature, Cinema Studio 2.5. Go to the Explore page and select Cinema Studio 2.5. Then choose the video option on the left side and upload your product image. Now let me walk you through all the settings down below, because this is where it gets really interesting. First, you choose your shot type. You've got single shot, multi-shot auto, and multi-shot manual. I'm gonna go with the multi-shot manual, then set quality to 1080p. You can also choose the genre of your video here, whether it's action, horror, or comedy. I'm just gonna keep it general. You can keep sound on and keep the batch size as 1. Now let's set up our scenes. Click scene 1, and I'm gonna paste this prompt. Clear water flows steadily from the faucet into the glass stopper of the bottle. Then click on movement and select zoom in as the camera movement. You don't have to type out camera directions in your prompt anymore. You just select it right here, which is so much easier. Then for speed ramp, I'm going to choose slow-mo. So I'm expecting a slow, smooth zoom in on that water flowing and set the duration to 3 seconds. Now for scene 2, I'm going to paste this prompt. Small droplets run along the fingers. For the camera movement, I'm going to choose static, just a clean, still shot. Speed ramp set to linear and duration 3 seconds. Now let's hit generate and see what we get. And look at that. First, you get that beautiful slow zoom in of the water flowing into the bottle, exactly like I described. Then, right at the 3-second mark, it cuts to that static close-up shot of the water droplets running along the fingers, exactly the way I prompted it. This level of control over your video is just insane. Now let's create one more cinematic product shot. For that, upload this image. For scene 1, I'm going to paste this prompt. A cinematic ad still of a feminine hand holding the moisturizer. For the camera movement, I'm going to choose handheld, then speed ramp set to speed up and duration 3 seconds. Then for scene 2, paste in the next prompt. Camera movement again set to handheld, speed ramp as linear, and duration 3 seconds. All other settings stay the same as before. Now hit generate, and look at that. It followed the prompt exactly. The handheld movement feels so real. Now here's something even simpler. Go to apps and select ads and products. And in here, you'll find a bunch of ready-made templates specifically designed to create cinematic ads for your product. I'm going to choose the macro scene template, then just upload your product image and hit generate. And look at this result. And I didn't have to write a single word of prompt. So whether you want full control over every detail or you just want something fast, Higgsfield has both options for you. And that's the full Higgsfield workflow. We built Mila from scratch, created her brand aura, shot the product campaign, animated everything, all without leaving the platform. What used to take multiple tools and multiple subscriptions now fits into one clean workflow. If you haven't tried Higgsfield yet, the link is in the description below. Go check it out. It's genuinely worth it. See you in the next one.